Hello everyone, I am back. In the last video, I showed you how to insert your L1 and your L2 in your calculator. Today, I'm going to show you how to find your regression line in your correlation. So if you look at question 1, they want for us to find the value of A and B, and also write down the value of R. So I'm going to be doing those two things. Now, what I'm going to do to model that is I'm going to open my Calculate84 app. Now, I am using it in my iPad and it works the same way on my phone. On my phone, I use it the same format. Now, as you remember, we changed our equation where it's more friendly. So y equals ax plus b. So again, that's my equation of a line. What I need to do is find my regression line, my least square regression line, and my correlation coefficient, which is R. Now, how do I find that using my calculator? What you're going to do is we're going to go back to stat. And again, I'm going to press stat. And just a fresh reminder, remember that on edit, we put our L1 and L2 values, which on my L1 is maximum temperature and my L2 is number of visitors. Now, how do I get my least square regression line? I'm going to go back to my stat, and it's below the list. If you see the blue, it's list. Below del, delete. Now, how do I find this? Where do I go? I'm going to go to the right with my arrows to calc. Now, once you get to calc, we see three things. We see one var stat, we see lin rec ax plus b, and we see lin rec a plus bx. But wait, 4 and 8 look the same, right? Which one do I use? Well, they both give you the same thing. The big difference is that on the first, number 4, your slope comes first, then your y-intercept. And then number 8 is your y-intercept and then your slope. So they're both really the same. But because my problem is on ax plus b, so my slope comes first and then my y-intercept, in this problem I'm going to use 4. But again, it doesn't matter if you use 4 or 8, but again, I prefer if you use the one where it's given to you, you use that one. So either you go down to 4 or you can press the number 4. Now, when you do that, you're going to see something called X list and Y list. So this, your calculator is telling you that they know that your L1 is your X. So again, that is correct. Our L1 is our X. They assume that you put your X values in L1. And then they tell you your Y list, it's L2. So they assume, your calculator assumes that you put your L2, your Y values in L2. And that is correct. Once you get to this page, all you got to do is press enter. And ta-da, you get your A value and B value. So what I'm going to do now is I have my value of A and B, but I'm going to put it in 3 significant figures. What that means is that my A is going to equal 0.667, and my B, my B is going to equal 22.2. That is what this means. But one extra thing that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put this in my equation already. So y equals 0.667x plus 22.2. Now, I was able to find the answer for A, but where's my R value, right? So where's my R? Well, this is what you have to do to get that R. We are going to press mode, which is next to the blue button second. So press mode. And the next thing that you have to look is you have to look for something called stat diagnostics. And I see that. So you were probably, when you went to mode, you were probably here normal. So I'm going to go down all the way to stat diagnostics. And do you see how it's off? Well, I'm going to turn that on. Now that it's on, I'm going to exit. So I'm going to press second mode. And that brings me back here to my main page. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go to stat. I'm going to go to the right, calc. Either you can go down or press 4. I'm going to press 4. And you see how they both look the same above and below in my calculator? Well, when I press enter, look what's going to happen. You see how now I'm giving an R squared an R? Well, R square is really awesome, but because we are not covering that right now in our class, we're going to look at our R value. Now my R value is 0.92295 and so on and so on. And I need to put that in 3 significant figures. So that means that my R is going to equal 0.923. And why does it equal 923? Well, the number after the second 2 in my calculator is 9. That means that it's going to become a 3. So that is how you find your AB and your correlation coefficient. Now, this equation right here, you're going to use it to answer part C. Now, I'm going to show you store rec in the next video for another way to find your C, another awesome way that you can use your calculator to find the value of C. This is it for this video. Thank you guys.